plenty of different dishes that you can make for somebody that you care about. And I like to believe Marry Me Chicken is one of those dishes. That's a dish or fish? Dishes. Why is I'm saying fish? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, hell, even Marry Me Chicken has the name Marry Me in it. You get what I'm saying? And so, since Valentine's Day is tomorrow, why not just treat yourself or your significant other? See, the thing is with this recipe is, it is extremely easy to make. So let's go ahead and get started with a few grunt work. So we're gonna get ourselves a shallot, cut the ends. We're gonna want to cut in that, and we're gonna want to finally mixing that up. You know what I mean? So the reason why we're using a shallot, because shallots are a lot more milder and sweeter than onions. So it's not gonna have a more overbearing flavor to it. It's not gonna overshine anything. So once you get done doing that, we're gonna trim off the fat of our chicken, cut that in half, and then we're gonna get some parchment paper and start tenderizing our chicken. So the reason I chose to cut it in half compared to butterflying it is because I feel like cutting it in half, you get even and better portion size out of it, you know what I'm saying? So once your chicken is nicely pounded, you're gonna make sure you want to throw some seasonings on there, you know what I mean? And so we're gonna do a couple teaspoons of everything, then just go ahead and rub everything in thoroughly and make sure you get both sides in, you feel me? We're gonna let that rest for a few minutes because we also gotta get our pan nice and hot, you know what I'm saying? So get yourself a pan, throw a little bit of olive oil in there, and turn it to like medium high heat, you know? So as we're waiting for our pan to heat up, let's go and start working on our crust for our chicken. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself some all-purpose flour, right? And then we're gonna throw in some salt and some pepper into it, you know what I mean? And once you get done doing that, make sure you stir it in pretty well, ship it out, and then we can start adding our chicken. So the thing is with this, you're not gonna need too much flour, you know what I'm saying? So you just really need to get yourself a little pinch and just rub that in thoroughly and make sure you get both sides and make sure you ship it out a little bit, right? So at the time, our pan should be pretty hot. So you're just gonna start adding our chicken. You're gonna let it cook for about a couple minutes on each side. And so if your pan is hot enough, you should have like a dope like golden brown color on your chicken, you know what I'm saying? Very light, very subtle, you know what I mean? But if not, make sure you bump up that heat, right? So you're going to, once you get done cooking up your chicken, you're going to pull that off, and then you're going to have a pan that should probably look like something like this, right? So again, what we're going to do, we're going to throw some butter for a deglaze in our pan, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that thing all nice and melted, and that's when you're just going to start scraping some of that goodness out, right? So once you get all that goodness out, throw our shallots in. We're going to cook those to caramelize up, right? And so once your shallots is like pretty much done cooking, it should start looking something like this. And then that's when you have the option if you want to add some garlic into it or not. I didn't have any, so I just kept it moving, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's when you just start adding some flour into it. So this is pretty much going to be a roux that we're going to make to help thicken up our sauce, right? So that's when you just want to make sure that you incorporate everything, mix it pretty well in, you feel me? And so once your stuff is all mixed up and well, that's when you're going to start adding in some chicken broth, right? And again, like I said in the last video, if you want to dress to impress, make your own chicken broth. I'm trying to tell you, it will change the game up, you feel me? So once you get on adding your chicken broth, and it's going to stir everything in and let that go to a simmer for probably about like 5 minutes. So it should start thickening up like this, you know what I mean? Add a little bit heavy cream, same thing apply, right? And then that's when you start adding in your chicken, you know what I mean? So with this dish right here, you can either just cook it plain with the chicken, or you can have it with some rice. But me, I'm using some pasta, right? So I'm only gonna let my chicken sit in this little sauce for probably about like 5 to 8 minutes on each side, pull it out, right? So now our sauce got a whole bunch of flavors going on with it, right? So go ahead and give the thing a nice little whisk, right? And so now let's add a few more items into this thing, right? We're gonna start adding some sun-dried tomatoes, and then we're also gonna add a little bit of some Parmesan cheese into there too, right? So in the background, you should already be cooking up some pasta, you know what I'm saying? So I added a little bit of my pasta water into it. So if you need help cooking some pasta, it's literally just boiling water, add some salt to your water, right? And then throw your pasta in, cook it till al dente, pull your pastas out, and then throw that into an ice bath. Just shock it with some cold water, cold ice water, right? So anyway, as you see in the video, you see me stirring up my sauce to help like thicken up. And if it gets a little bit too much thick, just add a little bit more of your pasta water, help loosen it up, right? So now our sauce is ready for our pasta, and I use bow tie noodles. And the reason why we cook our pasta to al dente, because we're going to finish cooking our pasta with our sauce. So make sure you get that thing a nice little mix, and it should look something like this. Right now it's time to start plating, and honestly, you can start doing it with anything. If you want to cook it with some spinach, you can add some more sun-dried tomatoes, or have it plain like this, or just add some Parmesan cheese to it, you know what I'm saying? So All right, y'all, so this is how we looking, bro. We just got them plating it, you know what I'm saying? We had cut up our chicken, and we also had used some bow tie pasta noodles, right? So let's go ahead and dig in, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm starving. Look at that. I don't know if y'all see that, but damn. So that chicken just literally just cut it this easily. Some pasta up in there. Making a mess, but it's all good. Dive in, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God, son. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all, look at this thing, right? So the first thing that I had tasted, right, was the creaminess inside the pasta, right? And on top of that too, the tender and the flavoriness from the chicken. The thing is too, since we also cooked the chicken within the sauce, it really soaked up in all those flavors and whatnot. Bro, come on now. Oh my God. Oh my God, son. And then the chicken is super, super tender, bro. Oh my God, son. Oh my God. Y'all gotta make this, bro. I promise y'all gotta make this either for yourself or your significant other or whoever that you want to share this meal with, bro. This thing's amazing, bro. I ain't gonna hold you up. This thing's amazing, son. So let me go ahead and destroy this meal, bro. So that's another episode of Dawn Entree. Go ahead and do me a favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So you can check out the next video, and I'll see y'all to the very next episode. Boom. Just made some pasta. What's that girl name? Cooking. Like, hold on. Cooking with Dawn. Cooking with. I ain't about to do that, bro. I ain't about to. Look, I don't watch her, bro. She just be on my feed a lot. I promise y'all, she just be on my feed, bro. Y'all gotta believe me, bro. Y'all gotta believe me. Y'all don't.